Okay, so the reason why I'm impressing upon my Jilly Juice crowd that say they want to be part of this platform, be somewhat of an example, an influencer, eventually maybe write about your experiences once you've organized your thoughts and you take on some writing skills. The reason why I want you to do that is because when you start exposing the beast, because the beast is born from trauma. That's why when you're dealing with the JJ world, it's traumatic because you're reliving past traumatic experiences. You're not a whole person. You have been built from trauma. And so how do you get rid of trauma and purge the beast? You have to expose the beast. And I'm not saying blame your parents, blame the government, blame anyone out there, blame the chemtrails, blame the New World Order. No. Now you have to expose the beast by going through your own trauma. And you have to purge. Not like purge, like do waterfalls. But when I'm getting on Facebook Live and I'm talking about the world that I lived in, what I had to do to survive, and maybe some of the nitty-gritty details that weren't too nitty-gritty, but I was realizing a lot of things about the beast inside that ran me, that's exposing the beast. When you understand the root of all of your addictions, your your cancer, disease, and chronic illness, let me tell you, when you figure out the root of your trauma, and it could be your parents, but it wasn't their fault. You're not gonna, you may not come out of your shell until they pass away. Or you relinquish ties with them and then you slowly release certain details that aren't super salacious. So that way you can still say, okay, they didn't know any better, but you still have to heal. But see, what you hear in the medical industry and even from psychologists, they say, well, you don't have to involve the people that abused you in order to heal. You can heal on your own. Well, yeah, that's true. You don't want to demonize anyone that may have done something that was at the time appropriate at the time, but nowadays it's not. So you have to play that very carefully. I don't want to demonize my parents for the way they raised me. That's what they had to do. I had to deal with it. It made me stronger. Yes, made the beast inside of me stronger. But I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at even the government. Really, I'm not even mad at the medical holistic industry. I'm just letting you know how they operate so you then can sidestep more trauma and that you can finally get in front of the 8 ball, not get behind the 8 ball. But that's the thing, exposing the beast within you, realizing where you came up short, where you were the monster on some level. Okay, taking responsibility, that may help the beast be released. And then you will get that awakening, and it could be something aggressive. Like I said, I can't tell you how your predisposed issues and the monster will manifest. Will it be something like a vasculitis? Will it be something like I had? Like a COVID and a co-infection of pneumonia and the mycoplasmic monster that I had to deal with? It's hard to say. And so that's what people have to figure out is the trade-offs. Some people are not, they like the idea of releasing the beast and dealing with your issues, but they don't know how deep it goes within their genetic line. I have no idea the amount of trauma some people hold within. I can have a sort of a clue when you have drug addictions and you have alcohol addictions and you have sexual addictions and all of that. I have kind of a clue what was going on. Somebody abused you, whether it's a boyfriend, mother, father, or somebody in authority, or a sister or a brother or whoever. And now you're manifesting that trauma through then all the smoke and mirrors of your persona. The facade that you put up every single day. And that's the thing. Once the facade drops, the beast doesn't have any power over you anymore. That's why I want you to get on Facebook Live, because that's going to be freeing. Now the beast is going to look itself in the mirror and realize it doesn't have power over you. Because let me tell you, when you are hiding from the beast, then everyone out there will be the beast, and they know your fears, and they will be relentless. When I was going through my shit with the last couple of years, everyone knew my fears. They knew I didn't know exactly what I was talking about in certain things, and I was still researching, still traumatized from all the attacks. Okay? At some point, you have to intellectually evolve, and you have to face the beasts. You have to face the demons. And if you have to get on Facebook Live every fucking day and just talk about stuff and get comfortable with looking at the beast and make the beast squirm inside, do it. How else are you going to get through this shit? Right now, your friends and your family and your job and all the people that expect you to put on the facade and be the happy, joy person, they're keeping that beast within you. They're reinforcing the diminishment of your life force. Some of you are okay with that because you just can't afford to change. And I understand that. But that's why I say, at some point, you're going to have to start looking at the beast in the mirror. You're going to have to start speaking out. Not just for the world, but for yourself. If I hadn't done what I've been doing for the last 6 fucking years, you think I'd be where I am today? No. It took me getting on Facebook Live every single day. Not saying that you should be doing that, but even once a week, once every couple days, once when you get a thought in your head that's kind of like an epiphany, and then you start feeling comfortable with talking, and that's cathartic. Talking is cathartic. Okay? Even if it's just to me, okay, and you're looking at yourself. Eventually, you're going to have something awesome to say, and then you'll unblock everybody, and it will be for public consumption. You will have now developed a voice that is relatively organized. But it's fine that you just have me as your audience if that's what needs to be. But I can't promote anyone who I haven't looked at their videos and seen what they talk about. And look at their eyes. Look at my eyes, guys. I want to see your eyes. I want to see your body language. I want to see your face. So does the rest of the world. They don't want you to hide behind a pen name, hide behind a book, hide behind a computer, hide behind a book. Same thing. Computer. I'm sounding redundant. The world needs to see those who can face the beast. And they need to know that they can survive it. Though I don't know, again, what you have to deal with. Again, my situation was relatively manageable based upon what others are going to have to deal with, especially like someone like Ashton Kutcher or Anne Heche with all of the drugs and the addictions, and then driving 90 miles an hour and crashing into 2 different houses, and then having burns in her body where she was in a medical coma and now is off life support. That's how some people will end up. We have over here a 5-car accident in my town. There's been accident after accident after accident in my town. That's how this COVID is affecting people. People getting seizures and strokes in the middle of their driving. Okay? And so, let me tell you, releasing the beast and facing the beast is not easy. But when you do it, it'll make it easier for you to release it. Right now, I think the beast is in my colon. Before it was up around here, now it's in my colon, and it's holding hostage a lot of the poop. Okay? And I just got to deal with it. I'm a little bloated. I'm okay with it. And so right now, I'll just let it do what it has to do. I can only pick my ass so much, right? It's up there. It's way up there. But I was coughing up a bunch of stuff. I feel myself fart every so often, but I was really doing like an exorcist type of sound where I'm just like, and I'm just getting the mechanisms of like throwing up, but not really throwing up. Okay? And that's one way to release the beast. And also send the shockwaves through your colon to then keep pushing and keep fighting to get the beast out because it wants to stay in. This is like allegory. When you're fighting for your life and you're trying to get the beast out, but it still needs to assimilate, it's not ready to really, my body, if it needed to release it, it will. But for some reason, they're working together. They're having some kind of negotiations because if my body needed to release it, it would be gone. But there's a reason why my body is holding on to that stuff. And I'm not feeling bad, a little bloated, but that's about it. Okay? And so there's power in looking and exposing the beast within. And you are part of that beast. Until you acknowledge that, you'll hide behind your personas, your wit, your intelligence, your beauty, your sex. You'll hide behind all of that. That'll be the facade. Hiding the beast behind the curtain. And that's the world we live in. Bye.